The Nerdgasm Talk podcast is brought to you by Spaces Philly. If you love podcasts, go to spacesphilly.com where you can check out Lulu and Pop, Both Sides, Turntables, Jump Thought Super Tongue, and the Nerd Coalition's very own No Gimmicks Needed. Visit spacesphilly.com today. And now, feel the Nerdgasm. We're going to start with WandaVision. The trailer recently dropped, and you can also check our trailer reaction on the Nerd Coalition Studios channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Now, I know you did a little breakdown on how you feel about the trailer, but let us know on the podcast. How did you feel about the trailer?
I like the trailer. It actually took me about 3 times to watch it to realize that, this shit's really fucked up.
Right. Yeah.
You know
that's what I first saw. I was like, okay, this is going crazy. And now that I've seen this trailer, because I was uninterested in this series to begin with, and I was like, okay, I mean, we don't need it, but now I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, we really need this. Like this may go crazy.
I'm all on board for it. I'm all on board for it. The only thing, I was just like, wow, and like I said, it took me a couple of times to actually watch it to really realize how subtle dark it is.
Right.
Because I really thought it was going to be the whole "I Love Lucy" theme throughout the whole show.
Yeah, me too.
It almost borderline Lois and Clark adventures with Wanda and Vision, and I'm like, I know they plan on making all this stuff canon, but I was like, well, if that's what y'all selling me, I don't kind of want to buy it right now.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? This right here is it's crazy. It's looking creepy, and I actually am excited about the series.
Right, me too. And we know this may be one of the darkest things for Disney, because I know they handled dark topics before, like Thor Ragnarok. I mean, like it or not, looking at that story, it was pretty dark. That was a pretty dark story. With everything going on in there. Same thing with Endgame and Infinity War. Those were pretty, actually Civil War as well. Those were pretty dark stories, but they had a lighter tone. Whereas this one, they look like, okay, we're not afraid to take it a step further, and like this could be
because Marvel doesn't have that problem.
Right now, we already heard information that this will lead into Doctor Strange 2, the Multiverse of Madness. And one of the big things I seen in the trailer is that she has kids.
Ooh.
Could this be their nod to House of M? Because I feel like they may bring a little taste of it into here.
They might.
Because it makes me nervous. Because I'm not sure what can be done.
I agree.
Because, I
don't know if I don't know. I want to say we were reaching with her having a kid. First of all, we got to make sure them kids is hers.
Yeah, I mean, from the picture, they look like they're twin babies, and Wanda and Vision is holding one of them, and each of them are holding one of the twins. So I'm like, this could be. This could be their great way to be like, okay, let's introduce the multiverse here.
You know what? I'm gonna ride with you on that one,
because this will be a smart way to do it, in my opinion, especially with everything that Scarlet Witch has gone through, because she literally has nobody. She left the whole Infinity Saga with no one. You know, her and Clint were just sitting on the cliffs talking about, man, we lost everything. Clint, you still have your family. She has nothing. She lost her brother. She lost, like, the love of her life. Like, and she don't know who her family is. Well, no, I'm sorry. Her family died. She has this power that she doesn't even know how to control that well. So it could be scary. So her longing to want something and then creating rips all over is a big, like, scary thing to witness.
Man, you on the verge of House of M right there.
That's where I feel like they're gonna try to do. Not fully House of M, but I don't even know how they could twist it around either. Either way, I'm very, very intrigued, I should say. I'm very, very intrigued with this. Um, yeah, that's the that's all I had to say. Any last words on your end about this?
I hope it come out this year.
As far as I know, it does. As far as I
Okay.
know, it does come out this year. I do not see a date. If I do find a date, I'll inform you on the next podcast episode or on part 2 of the podcast. But as far as I know, I do not see a date, but I do know it is coming out this year. Actually, Falcon Winter Soldier was supposed to come out before, as far as I know. But
Exactly. And I'm like, what's going on with that?
yeah, we don't know what's going on with that. Next, another Marvel Disney property that Disney Plus was like, you know what? Let's just throw it out there. Nick Fury is getting a series. Pretty sure they're just gonna get Sam Jackson back and just gonna have him play Nick Fury. I hope this doesn't turn into Agents of Shield.
I hope not. Because
Cause
Nick Fury had a cameo on there.
yeah, and as far as I know, it's not canon. What's it called? Agents of Shield isn't canon to the story.
Not anymore? Because they realized how dumb it was?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. used to be canon to the story.
Yeah, it used to, and then I know they all got out of track. Like after Civil War, I think it was after Winter Soldier, it just got all ripped apart, and we don't know what was going on.
Don't blame great movies on their failure. I'll tell you exactly what their failure was.
No, after because Winter Soldier actually pushed it further from what a lot of people were saying, because that was the rift between they don't know who's Hydra or who's Shield. After that arc, it just like completely lost it.
I know. I'm gonna tell you what the arc that killed Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Inhumans.
In them Inhumans, them damn Inhumans. Because I didn't like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at first. I'm like, okay, y'all trying to be consistent. But when them Inhumans started, because they was like, we need X-Men bad, and they tried to do the Inhumans crap, and that Terrigen mist found in a grocery store, I said, stop. I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more.
It is weird. I don't. Inhumans aren't X-Men. We went over that during the Avengers, Marvel Avengers review. It's just not the same. It's not the same whatsoever. But yes, this is in development on Disney Plus. The exact plot and details of the show are being kept under wraps by multiple sources, but Samuel L. Jackson is attached to it and will star and executive produce this show, according to Variety.com. So I'm not sure. Now, if they do what if because remember in Far From Home, he was out of space. What if this is him organizing S.W.O.R.D.?
Oh, I am thinking that either.
I didn't even think of that at all until like just a second. That would be more interesting. We could bring more of the cosmic heroes into this. And stuff like that. Like is Blue Marvel cosmic? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but yeah, we could bring more of the a lot of people don't know who the cosmic heroes are. This is a great way to bring them in and to have them come in. So maybe it's about that. And then you still have the deep lore of the Skrulls all over the world. So, I mean, I'm sorry, not over the world, all over the universe. And that's an easy way to, have them shift as characters, as different types of people. So, maybe. I'm thinking it could be S.W.O.R.D., if anything. That would make the most sense to me. That would make the most sense. So, yes. But that's not all on Marvel. We have finally got the cast of Ms. Marvel, the lead role. Iman Vellani, I believe her name is. She's a newcomer, so you can't look her up on IMDb or anything. She just had her audition. They liked her, and she has gotten the role. She looks very young. I don't know her age or anything, but I'm glad they went with someone young for this character, because Ms. Marvel is extremely young. Now, the only thing I wish is that they don't do what they did in Marvel's Avengers to her and make her, they don't Spider-Man her. They don't MCU Spider-Man her. That's all I'm
Okay.
asking for. And by that I mean take the roots of what made Miss Marvel, and throw a hero into it, because she does take a lot of influence from Miss Marvel, of course. Because I'm sorry, she does take a lot of influence from Captain Marvel because that was her favorite superhero, and she idolized her. However, characters like Abu, which is extremely important to her and her growth as a character, was dramatically missing in the video game. So I hope they bring that. I hope they bring more connection to that, and they also bring more of her religion into this. Now that could be risky, but that again, that's an important part of her. Like she was like very insecure, like she should be a hero because of the religion and all that. But with that story, I feel like it needs to be told.
I agree with it, especially with having this Muslim made superhero. I'm
Right,
all with that.
right. The comics I loved. I loved Miss Marvel comics until they started getting too inhuman with it. But I love the comics. I'm not sure if they're gonna
Mhm.
make her an Inhuman or not, but most likely they will. So we'll see. We'll see what
So did she
happens.
did she start? Did she start off as like her powers just come from the Terrigen Mist, correct?
Right, correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So most likely, they'll do the same thing unless they switch up the story completely, which I do not see them doing, in all honesty. But I'm very glad that they got the role for her. This was one of the projects that Marvel said they were going to do. That I was almost like highly unlikely that I don't think this is going to happen. But I'm glad
Mm.
they actually cast it and they're trying to go with it. So I'm really looking forward to this. Really looking forward to this. Any last words on your end?
Um, I'm actually happy that this is actually going to be like because I obviously with the Avengers game she
Mm.
has come into the forefront more so than she had actually. I'm not even going to discount it back then because she's become more to the forefront since Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Because
not even that. It was Heroes Rising,
okay,
the little YouTube animated series.
yeah,
That's on Disney Plus also. But Heroes Rising was a big factor in that as well.
yeah.
But
So the character has just been growing, growing in popularity. So
mm,
that right there is something that I'm all for.
right, right,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
she's
So
a great character. She's a great written character. So
yeah, I mean, she may have fanboy just a little bit too much.
she is
In
not she isn't that hard on.
yeah,
She is not that intense, but I definitely understand why you would think
yeah, but
that. Because
a
I
true
was like
fanboy.
I was like, girl, if you don't like, you had sense.
Yeah.
You like you wasn't even this close to superheroes when you were in the comics. You was just doing what you had to do.
Hmm.
Um, so yes, I'm very excited. I'm glad they're bringing her in.